Hi class, so today's lesson is going to be on food safety. But before we start, we need to address food poisoning. Before we can talk about food safety, we need to know what causes it and what we can do to treat it. So can everybody see my screen? Give me a thumbs up if you guys can see my screen. Okay, so I'm going to share my PowerPoint presentation with you guys. Just give me 1 second. All right, here we go. I'm going to start off this lesson with a short video clip on food poisoning.
Any parent will tell you, the second you have a kid, it's like your heart is living outside of your body, which means you.
Hello, I'm the food safety guy. Oh my! Did you know thousands of people in Ontario suffer from food poisoning or foodborne illness each year? Yet no one seems to appreciate the food safety guy until it's too late. That's right, you can't see, smell, or taste bacteria hiding on contaminated foods, but they're there, just waiting. Salmonella, Listeria, E. coli. Food poisoning is almost never the last thing you ate, even though it's the first thing you throw up. More often than not, it's usually from something you ate well over a day ago or more. Some microorganisms can take up to 10 days to make you sick. For example, right now I'm fine, but 10 days from now. So now it's too late. So what happens? Well, depending on the bacteria, you're going to experience some discomfort. Whether nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, cramps, a headache, or fever is even possible. People most likely to become very sick are seniors, young children, pregnant women, and people that are already unwell. So what should you do now that it's too late and you're sick? Call your doctor. Try to figure out where your illness came from. Was it somewhere you visited? Are others ill? Next, you're gonna need a stool sample. This is the only way to really know if it's food poisoning. Food poisoning, no. Remember, when handling food, you can reduce the risk of foodborne illness and food poisoning with 4 simple steps.
All right, so we're going to jump right back into lecture. So who here has had food poisoning? Raise your hand. Okay, so a few of you have. So what are foodborne illnesses or disease? They are illnesses caused by eating food that has been contaminated. Often we hear the food term food poisoning, which is incorrect. They are toxins formed by bacterial growth or other microbes in the intestine or in the food itself. Facts. Research have identified more than 250 foodborne diseases. Causative agents are bacteria, viruses, and parasites. Toxins and chemicals can contaminate food as well. Examples of bacterial infections are Escherichia coli, also known as E. coli. They are usually found in raw vegetables and undercooked meat. Another example is Salmonella, typically found in raw eggs and undercooked poultry, and norovirus found in undercooked shellfish. So here is the pathology of a norovirus infection. And here is a pie chart of incidence of bacteria and parasite infections. It just breaks it down into pieces. Statistics. CDC estimates that approximately 1 in 6 person gets sick, 128,000 are hospitalized, and 3,000 die of foodborne illnesses. There are 31 known pathogens that causes illnesses, and 30% of foodborne deaths occur in children under the age of 5. So here are additional statistics regarding foodborne diseases. So almost 1 in 10 people fall ill, 33 million healthy life years lost. Foodborne disease can be deadly, especially in children. And there has been 420,000 deaths. Agency that regulates food safety. So at the international level, we have the World Health Organization, also known as WHO. At the national level, we have US Food and Drug Administration, also known as FDA, United States Department of Agriculture, USDA, and Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC. At the state level, we have California Department of Health Services, and locally here in Long Beach, we have the City of Long Beach Health Department. So how does agency influence public health policies and health promotion? FDA is responsible for protecting the public by regulating food products, human and veterinary drugs, vaccines, and other biological products. It speeds up innovation that makes food and medicine safer and more effective. In addition, CDC collaborates with other agencies to promote food safety. It also monitors foodborne disease outbreaks and maintains surveillance. The City of Long Beach Health and Human Service Food Facility and Inspection oversees the safety of the regulation of food facilities such as restaurants, but only within the City of Long Beach. Risk factors. So what are some of the risk factors associated with food poisoning or foodborne illnesses? Inadequate cooking, inadequate cleaning of equipment, poor hygiene, inadequate cooling or hot temperatures, improper reheating, cross-contamination, unsafe food sources, and containers that have toxic chemicals. Symptoms. So symptoms include vomiting, diarrhea, nausea, or cramping. Other symptoms include pain in the abdomen, whole body chills, dehydration, dizziness, fatigue, and headaches. So how can you treat foodborne illnesses? Most food poisoning usually resolve on its own. It is important to stay hydrated. Drinking lots of fluids such as water and electrolytes will bring your body back to normal. Medication can be used such as anti-diarrheal and acetaminophen, such as Tylenol, to treat symptoms. Prevention. So methods of food safety prevention should consist of safe cooling and cold holding temperatures above 60 degrees Celsius for hot foods and below 4 degrees Celsius for cold foods. Anything in between can permit microbes to thrive and cause illnesses. So what are other tactics to prevent foodborne illnesses? The first one is to cook to proper temperatures. Make sure your food is thoroughly cooked. Chill and refrigerate promptly. Separate meat and produce. Do not cross-contaminate. And thorough hand washing practices. So here are steps to hand washing. So before washing your hands, you should turn on the water, either using cold or lukewarm water. And the next steps you should do for at least 20 seconds, which include putting soap in your hands and just lathering it, washing in between your fingers and the back of your hands, also under your nails. And then when you're done, just rinse off your hand and then use a paper towel to pat and dry. So for the next few minutes, we're going to watch a video on food safety, which just reiterates the prevention method that we just went over.
Life moves fast, but foodborne illness can really slow you down. Fortunately, following the 4 steps to food safety can be quick and easy. Some food safe habits can take just a few seconds, like washing your hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds before touching food, and washing fruits and vegetables before you eat them. And it only takes a moment to separate raw meat from produce that won't be cooked. Testing the temperature of cooked foods with a food thermometer before serving can help keep you and your friends safe and healthy. And don't forget, cold foods and leftovers should be refrigerated within 2 hours of cooking or shopping. Remember to take a few seconds for food safety, because food poisoning can cause hours of stomach aches, nausea, diarrhea, and making you feel miserable. And who has time for that? Find out more about food safety at www.fda.gov/food.
Okay, so we're going to move on to the next part of this lesson. Students will get into groups of 3 or 4 and discuss risk factors associated with foodborne illnesses. So we will resume back in 7 minutes. Okay, now we're going to check for your understanding. So can each group choose one person to share their responses? Who would like to go first? Okay, go ahead. All right, now that we are done sharing, we're going to continue on. Before we end this lecture, does anyone have any questions or concern? You can put them in the comment section or raise your hand. Going once, going twice. All right, okay. So you guys are going to have homework that is going to be due tomorrow. So the homework assignment consists of creating 2 questions regarding food safety and providing answers as well. The homework assignment may be typed or handwritten. Please provide references for answers using your textbook or lecture slides. We will discuss the homework tomorrow, so please be ready to share with your class and your group at the beginning of the class period. Okay, so if no one has any questions or concerns, that concludes our lecture for today. See you guys tomorrow. Thank you.